Hi, welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. My name is Koosje Koenen and I love drawing. And that's why I'm here to help you get into a creative habit, just like I have a daily drawing habit. Because it brings so much joy to my life, I want that for you too. And today I want to show you the process of an urban sketch or a drawing on location, whatever you want to call it. I was drawing in the street and I have taken pictures every 2 minutes during the process, and I want to share that with you because I think it can be really helpful to see how I take decisions and how the process goes step by step. So have fun with that. I will narrate it as we go. I chose this gate as my subject today, and this gate is part of the last remains of the very first city wall of Amersfoort, where I live, that was built in the Middle Ages, and now it leads to one of the main shopping areas. I'm using a Pilot parallel pen, which is quite an exciting tool, I think. I am starting to love it. And I'm drawing in a sketchbook from Hahnemühle Nostalgie Sketchbook, size A5. And I dive right in. I draw that bicycle first, just to sort of loosen up a little bit and maybe procrastinating on drawing the building. And already I smeared my first few lines. Well, there you go. That makes me less precious about the rest of the drawing. That bike is my starting point to also draw the building because it overlaps the building and it might help me to draw the proportions, or at least it gives me an entryway. So I start on the left and I work my way to the right because I don't want to smear my ink again. And there's people passing by, so I really do want to add people in this drawing as well. And I think the proportions aren't perfect of my building because, of course, I started with that bike. It is way too large to fit the whole building in if I would draw it in proportion perfectly. So I'm just playing a little bit and I'm squeezing it all in. And I'm not very accurate. I see bits and bobs in the building and I'm trying to just sort of grab the essence of dark and light. Once I have most of the details that I wanted in, I am starting to add a little bit of a gray wash to get that feeling of the gate. It's darker inside, and to put some shading on the ground as well. And on top of that gray wash, I am now adding some color that is similar to the brick colors that I see. And then a little bit of brighter color on the roofs, and then also darker gray for the slates on top of the top roofs. And now I'm working fairly quickly, actually, adding more gray now that I have that gray on my palette anyway, to add those people. And my fingers are getting numb. So this is the moment where I decide that I'm not going to add any detail in the background. I am not going to add anything really. This just now needs to dry and I need to warm up. So this took me about 25 minutes. I could have sat there for a lot more time because I really enjoyed being there, being surrounded by people and seeing people come and go. And while I was drawing that building, but well, it started to drizzle and I was kind of cold, so I just had to pack up and leave. And maybe the drawing isn't quite finished because of that, but I'm happy that I did a drawing anyway and that I took the time to go out and draw. It was like a drawing date with myself. And that is your assignment for this week. Go on a drawing date with yourself. And it doesn't have to be big. You can also just make sure that your sketchbook and the pen are in your bag if you are going outside anyway. And if you go to the supermarket, take an extra 5 minutes to maybe around the corner of the supermarket, draw there. Maybe you draw in the parking lot, maybe you draw in the car, or however you do it, go do it. And don't forget to have fun doing so. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss out on any Draw Tip Tuesdays that I post here every single week. And I do that thanks to my patrons, because I have a Patreon page where I now have a wonderful community of beautiful, wonderful people, and they pay a small amount every month to keep me going on these Draw Tip Tuesday videos. So just so you know, if you are watching this for free, that is a gift from one of my patrons. And if you want to be able to gift some inspiration or motivation to someone else in the world, then you could consider becoming a patron too. I will put the link to my Patreon page below in the comments of this video. And of course, don't forget to buy my book, because, well, if you're looking for motivation and inspiration, that book should be yours. All the links are provided below. I wish you a wonderful week. See you next week. Bye.